haven't been on here in a couple days. There's been so much going on, and I didn't really want to come on and just talk about the stuff that's going on, because that's a real quick way to get your account flagged and taken down. I haven't even built any following yet, and I'll have it taken down before it starts. But yeah, you're not allowed to talk about what's going on, and so I spend my time on Twitter trying to get people to wake up. But that's not what this channel is about. Because this channel is about after you wake up, then what? Yeah, people are at this point. There was a lot of good stations that were helping people wake up, but at this point now, people are like, it's taken on a life of its own. Now it's going to be shown to you. There's no more going and looking. That's all been taken away anyways with censorship. But yeah, now it's going to be, it's just going to be shown to you. All these people that believe this illusion is real, I guess it's nuts, man. It's absolutely nuts trying to talk to some of these people. Oh my God. Yesterday, there was this loud explosion, and I'd already closed my curtains because once it starts getting dark and it's more light in the house, then everybody can see, and I don't like it. I like it more private. And so I shut the curtains as soon as it starts getting dark. So it wasn't like super late, but my curtains were closed. I'm thinking maybe it was around 5 or something, 5:30 maybe. And there was a loud explosion. I mean, loud, like rattling your house loud. My heart started pounding. It was so scary. In the past few days, anyways, there's been, these people who are doing their fireworks and everything. And I know that there's some people who think like, oh, it's the Trump supporters, I guess, trying to threaten people or something by doing fireworks. They don't even recognize at all that it is those Biden out of control people. These people have taken on a life of their own. It's like the Blob or something. Anyhow, so there was this loud explosion, and I had just found out about Antifa was in Bellingham, which is where I go to the grocery store, the doctor, and everything. It's the town that I go to. And so that they were there, and then we've been having all this, so much explosions and gunfire and everything out here. And so then when this explosion happened, I was like, oh my God. So I asked my neighbor, I texted her, and I asked her, what was that? And she said, she didn't know. I mean, her whole house was shaking and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so scary. I wonder what's going on. Antifa was in Bellingham. Maybe they've moved out here. And then plus, there's a podcast that was talking about a bunch of stuff, and was talking about that where these false flags were supposed to happen on, the other day when people were expecting something different. And that we were marked for a false flag. And, there had been so many people complaining about explosions out here. And there had been helicopters, and our power had been going down and stuff. So I knew that there was something weird going on. So when I had heard about that false flag, we were marked, then it, it makes you feel tense. Like, you don't know, any explosion. I mean, they took down buildings with people in them. And I had no problems, taking down a town. So I told my neighbor, I said, Antifa is in Bellingham, and, I've seen where we were marked for a false flag event. Her response is she doesn't believe in Antifa. And that is nonsense. There's no Antifa. And she needed to wrap it up by letting me know that Trump supporters stormed the Capitol. I was like, I just stopped talking. I was like, I can't. If people have no awareness of what's going on, I can't. You cannot have a normal conversation with them about anything. They only see what they want to see. They don't see reality. They see what they're told to see. It's nuts. Anyways, they're all going to have to deal with coming out of this, I mean, it's getting closer and closer every day. We're closer to the truth being unveiled. So, if that's what they need to see it, it's like, whatever. But, anyways, this is about, it's not about that stuff, because all that stuff is the catalyst and the triggers. And definitely I've got things that are triggering me. So, just like that kind of stuff. Like, what in the hell? But anyways, you got to be so careful about what you talk about. So, I don't want to talk about any of that stuff. On Twitter, I feel like I'm just constantly trying to, well, it's not me, because it is, I don't know what else to call it, but my guides, I mean, they're still waking me up and just nonstop telling me, say this, say this, say this, say this, say this. Just pops in my head nonstop. So I just keep putting this stuff on there. Sometimes I have to keep rereading it because I don't even know what it is. And then it's like, sometimes I have to look it up. Or look up and see, like, what does this word mean and stuff. But anyway, so I've just been really busy on Twitter just trying to get people to wake up. Just even like, if you voted for somebody out of hate instead of out of policy, then you need to look in your own, no business voting. But one of the things that's going on Twitter, though, is a big thing about the trans thing that he said that, that trans men can play in women's sports now or something. So there's just been so much talk about trans, all that. And so it's just made me really think about it. I've thought about that a lot of times because, like I said before, when I was a kid, I was like really different than the other girls, and I kept thinking I was supposed to be a boy. So it was just really odd. But so I've always thought about, that kind of thing. And I've always felt really bad for people who feel confused about their body and being in it and stuff. But the thing that bothers me is that it's an agenda. There's an agenda being pushed on us. And it has to do with not liking your body, not liking who you are, having confusion. I mean, all of that stuff. They don't want you empowered at all. They don't want you to like yourself. They want you to feel worthless. That's how they keep slaves. And anyways, it just, the whole thing is that you can go and get the surgery, you can get other parts put on, but that still is not going to change the experience. You're never going to experience life as an actual woman or man if you were born the other, because it's impossible. You will always have the experience of being a trans person. Even if nobody knows it, you're going to always feel like you're not being honest, you're not being authentic. And if everyone knows it, then they're going to treat you a certain way. You're never going to have that experience of just being the other person. You can't dislike yourself so much that you need to be somebody else and think that you can have that experience, because it's just not possible. I mean, just to be a woman, you have experiences from the time you are born that are different than a man's. So that forms you into being a certain person, seeing life a certain way, and having, your interactions will be a certain way and stuff. So it's just, you can't switch and just think that it's going to make I mean, it'll make a difference. It's just not going to make the difference that I think that some of these people are looking for. Because the one thing that really strikes me is I started noticing how many people, I mean, so many kids of a certain age that started transitioning, and then they have chronicled it, you know, day by day, week by week, or whatever. They've shown this transition, their drugs, their surgeries, all their stuff. And how many of them have decided to transition back? It wasn't all they cracked up or all that they thought it was going to be, you know? It's because the things that people are looking for aren't outside of them. Everything is on the inside. Everything that you need is right inside of you. And, you know, I just, the more that people go, I don't know if you can hear Stella, she's just been absolutely insane. And today it's snowing, but this in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh my gosh. She can wait just a second. She'll start hitting the door. But anyways, I just think, I feel like that there's just got to be so much more focus, not on how can I, you know, find happiness outside of me. You know, if I change my body, if I change my looks, these girls changing their entire faces to look like somebody else. Like everyone in the world does not think this somebody else is beautiful. I can't tell you how many before and after pictures I've seen of girls where it was like, oh my God, they were so pretty in there before. What the hell? Now they just look weird. But people are not being taught to love themselves. And, you know, I think that's going to be, and, you know, my message is definitely about loving yourself, putting yourself before others. You know, it's real easy to put your own desires aside and to be shamed out of, you know, feeling like that you deserve anything. That's, you know, kind of how this world has been running, is just to beat you down. And I think that there's definitely a revival just keeps coming in my head all the time. And I keep seeing people say, oh, I'm looking forward to a new rally and all this stuff. And revival is what is happening, and it is what people are looking for. It's not just like, I mean, Trump is a hilarious guy. He is, you know, when you listen to him talk, he's super funny once you get over his kind of crass kind of personalities, that New Yorker kind of guy, I guess. But when you start listening to him and stuff, he's so funny. So yeah, he's enjoyable to listen to, but that's not, people are going not just for that, but it's the whole energy of everyone being together and being excited and feeling unified in their goals and stuff. That's what people are looking for. That's what people want. And that's why people are excited. And that's how he's created a movement. And, and you know, it's, I mean, I can see as an observer sitting back and seeing how all these things play out. Like I can see them all, and it's all funneling into the same. One of the things today that I said, and there's so many things I say on there that I feel like are just really above what some people can even understand. And, you know, I'm still going to just say the stuff that I'm guided to say. I'm not going to, you know, I can't, you know, try and get everybody to understand. You understand or you don't. You understand it on the level you'll understand it. But now it'd be good if I could remember what it was I was going to say. Well, I don't know. That's one of the things of having a brain injury. It's like disorganized thinking. It's hard to, well, it's hard, I mean, when you damage your memory, and then, like the other day when I was trying to tell my grandma's name, and I couldn't separate it in my head from where she was born. It just merged. It was the weirdest thing. But yeah, your brain can be pretty tricky. When it gets broken, It's kind of cumbersome sometimes. Shoot. Oh, it was about the people who can't understand, because it was something that I had posted, and I've been posting so many things they keep telling me, and then I know it's I'm not doing it for likes and retweets and all that stuff. I'm doing it kind of, I feel like it's more like a subliminal messaging or something. As they're scrolling down, they just see this and it sticks in there. It's just, you just see it and it's like stuck, and then you just keep going, and then, but it's just seeds. It's like dropping little seeds all through there to just, later it'll be taken, but I don't need likes and all that stuff for the stuff. But I do, there's lots of people who comment and say stuff like it. There's things that people just don't think about. That's the expansion of our awareness and consciousness. And, thinking about things, thinking about them deeper, understanding things on a different level than we've understood them before. So, that's what, I just feel like it's about liking yourself and putting yourself first, but also there's so much to the whole growth thing that people are about to experience. And I'm sure it's not all gonna be where they're all gonna be the same at the same time. There's gonna be some people who it's gonna hit much harder than other people. There's gonna be some people who just, fall apart. And other people that are, ready to just start a new life. It's gonna be, but it's gonna be quite an energy surge. People are gonna feel it when these people wake up. It's gonna be felt across the globe. I wonder if that's part of where people were talking about the event before, and this giant light coming on, like kind of like people were talking about it being a solar flash, and then so many people were trying to figure out, well, maybe it's this, well, maybe it's that, but maybe so many people at once waking up create the energy surge. Oh, I remember what it was I said. It was that we had, I think that we had bypassed, we've come far enough that we've bypassed, because it's the cycles, the earth has cycles, and we've come far enough. I don't think we'll have to, there won't be another flood or ice age for us. And I don't think that everybody understands what I'm talking about. But if you read the Book of One, then it's got a lot of really good stuff. There's lots of references that you can find, but the Book of One, anybody who's looking for enlightenment or trying to just understand what's going on, that's a really good one. And I think David Wilcox and Dolores Cannon. David Wilcox has a lot of he's just having his show and stuff. He's just talked to a lot of people. He knows a lot of stuff, and about the secrets that are kept from us. So he has a lot of books out. Dolores Cannon, she's got so many books, really good books. But all three of those, if you're looking for, like, you're just so confused and you just don't even know where to begin, those are good ones to start with. But anyways, I just wanted to kind of check in, so anybody does look for me, and they know I haven't disappeared. I'm just busy on Twitter trying to get people to think for themselves and to know that there's something more, because there is something more, and we're about to step right through that door. So anyways, I'll talk to you later.